White Coolies, dedicated to those nurses who did not return. Sister Davis.
Missing.
Sister Hempstead.
Missing.
Sister Gardam.
Missing.
Sister Raymond.
Missing.
Sister Jeffery.
Here. The water situation is still tense, and we seem to have daily dramas trying to get the water out of the wells. The wellheads have become quagmires, and, of course, we're having lots of accidents. On one occasion, Rita, a Dutch girl, decided to jump into the deepest well to rescue precious water tins. Mitz and I had gone down to the well and were greeted with an astonishing sight.
I wonder if this clay had set hard enough to make the buckets waterproof.
You mean fill the holes up with it? Oh, no, I think the water had melted out.
Well, we should be able to do something. It's awful wasting the water carrying it from the well to the house. Good grief, what's that?
What?
Look, coming up out of the well. Seems to be erupting tin cans.
Well, don't tell me we're having an earthquake. Whatever's doing it?
Let's go and see.
Oh, careful, Mitz, it might explode or something. This might be a new device of Tojo's to empty the wells.
Mrs. Brookhouse is there. She's looking in.
Oh, so she is. Hey, Mrs. Brookhouse. Mrs. Brookhouse, what's going on?
Oh, hello, Sister Jeff. Oh, how are you, Sister Mitz?
I'm curious. What's happening with all those tins?
Whoops, look out.
Yeah.
I nearly got you.
Oh, that is Rita. She's gone down into the well to recover the water tins what have been dropped. Oh, they're so hard to get, we cannot afford to lose them.
How did she get in?
Getting in was quite simple. I'm starting to wonder how she got out.
Oh.
Well, we'll have to get a rope or something.
That is the last, Mrs. Brookhouse. I will come out now.
Yeah, so that is good. Oh, now I have this rope here. We will see if it reaches her. Rita, mind you head. I'm throwing rope down.
It's lovely and cooling here. I don't want to come out.
Oh, don't be so silly, child. No. Can you reach it?
No, it is too short.
What about if we get ours and join it?
Well, I don't think our rope would stand the strain.
Oh, what are we to do? I feared this would happen.
Well, there's one ladder in the camp. If it's long enough, we could push it over the side and down to her, and she could just climb out.
Yeah. Always you have the suggestion for emergency. I will see if I can find the ladder.
The owners of the tins, with great excitement, collected their property and stood around giving advice on how to get Rita out of the well. But as every language under the sun was spoken, except much English, it wasn't a great deal of help. Rita spent the time telling her Dutch friends to go away and leave her in peace, laughing her head off and talking to us in very good English. At last, Mrs. Brookhouse came back.
My God! What a search I've had all over the campus search. And at last I discovered it in the guardhouse. The guard did not want to lend it to me.
You've got it. That's the main thing, Mrs. Brookhouse. Now, let's hope it's long enough.
You guide it, Mrs. Brookhouse.
Yeah.
See, Mitz and I lift this end and push it. Are you right, Mitz?
Yep. Can you get it onto the edge of the well, Mrs. Brookhouse?
Yeah. That is right, Sister Mitz. Oh, but wait. I must tell Rita. Rita! We are pushing ladder down for you. Catch hold of it. You guide it, then you climb out.
Yeah.
Timber! Sharp, Mitz.
Can you reach it, Rita?
Not yet. A little further.
Oh.
There's not much further to go. Hang on, Jeff.
Yes.
It is too high.
That's
I
it.
cannot get it. Even by jumping.
Oh, you must try once more.
Oh,
we'd better haul it back. We can't hold it much longer.
No. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Pull harder if you can, Mitz.
Can't.
Wait, look, here, I will help. Yeah, so.
Golly, that's heavy. Oh. Now what do we do?
Oh, I do not know. We cannot leave her there. Oh, this is terrible.
I wonder if we tied the rope onto the end of it, if we could let it down that way.
You mean let her get the rope first, then the ladder? Oh, no, that's silly. We hang on to the rope and lower the ladder. How are your sailors' nuts, Mitz?
I don't know about sailors, but if we ship-shank each end of the rope onto the bottom rung of the ladder, it should hold her and give us a handle.
Oh, please. What is this? We have no sheep, Sister Mitz.
Oh, it's a knot, Mrs. Brookhouse. Look, like this.
Oh, so?
This over here. And this one here. Now, this through the loop. Another loop here.
Yeah.
And there's the ship shank.
Oh, that is wonderful. Oh, but will it hold?
Well, it looks as if it'd hold anything.
Well, that should do it. Now we'll try again.
Right. Now you hold it again, Mrs. Brookhouse.
Yeah.
And away we go.
Rita!
Yeah? What
right.
is it? Come on in. The water
Yes,
is
I
fine.
know.
Oh, this is not for your pleasure. It is for our drinking.
Loving every minute of this.
It is time
Say
you
that
come
again.
out. Now we are lowering ladder again on the rope. Are you ready?
Oh, that's got it. Now hang on to the rope, Jeff.
Right.
And you too, Mrs. Brookhouse.
Yeah.
Can you reach it, Rita?
Yes, this time.
Well, get it to the bottom. Lean it against the side. Oh, hey, don't pull so hard. You'll put it out of our hands.
Mind the rope doesn't slip through your hands, Mrs. Brookhouse. It'll burn them. I know.
For heaven's sake, Jeff, don't burn your hands again.
No, I'm all right.
Now, Rita, climb up the ladder as far as you can, and we'll pull you the rest of the way.
Yeah.
We hope. What's she doing?
I am at the top now. See if we can reach her, Jeff. Grab her by the wrist.
Can you stretch up just a bit higher, Rita?
Yes. Here I am. Now, pull.
One more heave.
Yeah.
Can you get your knee on the edge?
I think.
That's it.
Yes. Oh, look at me. I am out.
Ah, there is no need for you to sound so proud. If it were not for Sister Jeff and Sister Mitch, you would stay there.
It's a funny thing. You were getting the other people's tins back for them, but they didn't seem to want to help to get you out of the well, did they?
Ah, these others, they would not know how.
Are you all right, Rita? You're not hurt or anything?
Oh, no, sister. It was great fun. I quite enjoyed myself.
Where are you going, Yopi?
Mama wants me to take this stuff to the house.
So? Oh, it is heavy for a little boy. I help you.
No, I can carry it. I am strong.
Well, be careful.
Yeah, Mrs. Brookhouse.
Ah, poor little one. Strong, he says. He should see my young at his age. Twice as big, so sturdy. But he had proper food.
Who were you talking to, Mrs. Brookhouse?
Oh, Sister Jeff. I'm talking with myself. I was thinking how the children of this camp would look if they had proper food to eat.
I know.
Be little. Oh, my God! What is that?
That little boy's fallen.
Oh, look, the hot porridge all over him.
What is it, Yopi?
His big hot boiling porridge all over him.
Get some water, quick.
I will get him to the well.
The little one is nearest. Hurry.
I will get rags.
Do not struggle, Yopi. We will make it better.
Oh, there's not a blast of tin in sight.
This is quickest.
That was a cruel thing to do, Rita. How much water's in that well?
No, it's nothing, only 4 feet or so.
A child can drown in a few inches of water. Give me a leg up.
I didn't think. I did not think.
Hang on, Nicholas. We'll get you out.
What has happened? What is done?
All right.
I threw him in the well. I did not think the water would stop the burns, and I did not think he would drown.
Then go ahead, Elliot. What you done? Where is Sister Jeff?
She's in the well trying to get him out.
Then don't just stand there. Help her. Oh, I must go and tell his mother.
Here, Rita. You take him. Careful, don't drop him.
I had him.
Poor little thing. Oh, half full of water. Put him on his face. Let's see if we can get some of it out.
What about his burns? The porridge is stuck to him.
We've got to bring him round first. We'll do what we can for the burns later. It took quite a bit of hard work to bring poor little Yoppie round. And then the poor kid was in an awful mess from the burns. And of course there was nothing we could do for him to treat them. He just had to get over it as best he could. He was a very brave little boy and made no fuss at all. After 3 months in this mud swamp, the Japs have built what we call a shelter shed and the Dutch call a pendopo, right in the middle of the camp. Here the children play and scream their lungs out from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Church is held there on Sundays and school during the week. Missionaries and nuns take the school classes, and on the odd occasion we have a concert here too.
Jeff, you awake?
Yes, Jess. What's up?
Nora Chambers is going to have a concert.
Huh? When?
As soon as she can get everybody ready. And she wants you to join her orchestra.
Oh, good grief, I can't sing.
Well, it's not a matter of singing. Although she's forming this orchestra for voices only, all you have to do is to be able to read music and hum or ooh very softly.
Well, I can read music, but my voice always used to be looked upon as a great asset to a fog-bound harbour.
Oh, go on, Jeff, be a sport. There's every nationality imaginable. Not enough of the Australians represented.
All right, I'll try it. But don't blame me if I sound like a bullfrog. What about the music?
Well, we write it out on any kind of paper we can get. You could spare a bit from your diary for yours. Everybody has their own copy, which they've taken from Mrs. Dryberg's handmade original. Well, we're having a rehearsal tonight. I'll tell Nora that you'll be in it and leave you in peace for your siesta.
Singing in the orchestra was absolutely marvelous. The most fascinating thing I've ever done. We're doing the Moonlight Sonata, Morning from the Peer Gynt Suite, and quite a few others. This music is really the most wonderful thing that has happened in this camp. The women's voices are quite lovely, and to sit on logs or stools or tables in the crude old attic-roofed kitchen with only one light, and then to be lifted right out of that atmosphere with music, is a sheer joy. It's easy to forget one is a prisoner. The first one I took part in, we did Bolero as the last item of the evening, and afterwards we sat round in the hut talking about it.
Oh, gosh. That was wonderful tonight.
I liked the Moonlight Sonata best, I think.
Yes. Hey, but look, what happened to the last one? What was its name?
Bolero?
Yes.
Oh, well, that was rather a scream.
Why?
You got a lot more for your money than you were meant to get.
Oh, what do you mean, Jeff? Nothing went wrong, did it?
Oh, yes, it did, Jenny. Oh, poor Nora. I thought she'd have a fit.
But why?
Well, you know how Bolero goes. Bum da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 bum da da dum. You know, it sort of repeats itself all over and over again. Mm-hmm. Well, when we came to the end of it, Nora was getting all ready to take a bow with the orchestra. And somebody started it again.
I didn't know what was happening, but everyone picked it up all right.
Oh, yes, that was all right, but it kept on happening. We sang it about 4 times too many.
Well, it sounded beautiful to me. Oh, it was a glorious concert. We've never had one like that before.
February 1944. Back to the diary again. It has survived another search. We're allowed a daily shop now, still being brought in by Chinese. I find I am still OC fruit for the British when it comes, and what a job.
Oh, hi, Jeff. What's up? You look like a dog's breakfast.
Oh, I feel like it, Shorty. Trying to please everybody with this fruit rationing's a frightful job.
Oh, yeah.
The bananas are either too big, too little, too green, too bad.
Well, look, they're lucky to have bananas.
Well, the trouble is there's only one banana each. Poor old Jess and I get all the kicks, because if one person gets a small one and another gets a big one, then there are fireworks.
Look, I don't know how you manage it at all.
Oh, it's a foul job and a tiring one, unloading them and carrying them into the camp. We find the best ways to sort of cut them into hands, then count and grade them so that each section of the camp gets the same mixture.
Well, I don't envy you. Have you finished for today?
I have to go around in a little while and collect the money for the fruit so that we can pay the Chinese next time he comes.
Yeah, I bought some Mopac biscuits and some baby onions from him. Oh, but the prices...
I know. It means you've got to really do hard labor for a living to be able to buy anything.
Jeff. Hello, Shorty.
Oh, hello, Eileen.
Hey, Jeff, I've been thinking. Look, wouldn't it be much, much easier for you and I to be a congee of 2 and just cook for ourselves?
Oh, much easier. I think all of us ought to do it.
Oh, look, I just can't labor over those awful fires that smoke and never have a flame.
Well, it ought to be much easier, Ioli. Hey, Steady and I could team up, and Viv and Orem. I bet all of us would be pleased to do it. We could stagger our cooking times.
Well, let's start tonight, then.
Right.
Well, look, I'll just go and tell some of the others.
Right.
You know, I've been thinking too, Ioli, about ways and means of making some extra money.
Oh, I've been racking my brains, Jeff, but I can't find a clue.
Well, if we saved up our bananas and kept a bit of gayflake flour, couldn't we make banana fritters?
Yeah, I suppose we could. We could even buy the gayflake. A lot of people won't eat it and can't be bothered pounding it up.
Well, I think it's worth a try. What could we charge for them?
Let's see how good they are first.
Although they only had about 3 squashy bananas beaten to a pulp, added to the gayflake flour, the fritters were very good, and we sold them to the Dutch for 10 cents each. This was all right until our little ration of oil was stopped.
Well, that was good while it lasted. But what do we do now?
Well, couldn't we make some sort of bread, Ioli?
What out of?
Well, let's try pounded soya beans and dried gayflake, water and salt.
Well, what will we cook them in?
We could press them into bully beef tins.
First, catch your bully beef tin.
Well, I think I know where we can buy some, empty. Will we try it?
Oh, why not? We could steam it. Oh, really, you know, our nerve is colossal.
Oh, we've got to do something. My hair cutting at 10 cents a time is definitely not paying. I tried putting it up to 20 cents. If my customers have any money, but that's no good either.
Why, won't they pay it?
Yes, if they have it. But if they don't, I still cut their hair for nothing.
Oh, you're an old softy, Jeff. Anyway, we'll try the bread, because even a little bit of sugar and fruit we can buy makes all the difference to getting up enough energy to do the camp chores and wood chopping, let alone this extra work.
All went well for a few weeks. Then the gayflake was stopped. We'd made quite a good thing out of the bread, enough to buy all the fruit ration to us and an egg now and then, plus gula and red beans. However, you can't keep a good girl down.
Oh, gosh, I'm getting a bit sick of this rain. It's been going on for days. Well, what's our next venture to be, Jeff?
I don't know. Doesn't seem to be anything left to make anything out of.
What about soup?
Well, what about it?
Couldn't we make soup and sell it at night when people are hungry and cold and miserable?
Yes. But what can we make it out of?
We could start a garden. There's lots of things, seeds and roots and things that the cooks don't use in the Dutch kitchen. We could plant that. You know how everything grows overnight here. It wouldn't take very long before we had a garden.
Oh, Iole, you're a genius. Let's start at once to make a garden.
Well, let's wait until it stops raining, old thing.
Oh, I forgot. Well, just as soon as it stops, we'll get stuck into it.
All right. We can dig with our old knife. And I've got a spot all picked out.
We worked so hard making our garden plot, saving every precious scrap of water and carrying it out in half a coconut shell, and watching each day for the first sign of a new shoot. We had spinach, a few chilies and beans, and a delicate little tomato plant. One day I was weeding when a shadow fell across me. If you want to know who we are, we are prisoners.
What are you doing there, Australia?
Weeding our garden.
What have you growing?
Spinach, beans, not very much.
Oh, where do you get plants?
We've saved seeds and cuttings and bits and pieces from the kitchen.
And what are you going to do with it?
When they grow, eat it.
So, you'll get enough to eat. Why do you want more?
We don't get enough to eat, and you know it.
I think you'll get too much. Waste of time feeding Australia pigs. I think you don't want this. Too good for Australians. I think this is what should happen to your garden.
Oh, stop it! Oh, you're trampling them all down. You'll kill them all.
This is very good for a garden.
Stop it, do you hear me? Stop it! Or I'll hit you. Get out of it. Get out of it, you filthy little yellow-faced swine. Stop it. Stop it.
Here. What you do? You go mad? Let go! Let go!
Oh!
Jeff, what's the matter?
Oh, the swine, he spoiled it all. Oh, the filthy little swine. He walked all over it. He stamped it all into the mud.
Ooh, what did you stamp into the mud? Jeff, pull yourself together.
The Jap guard. He came and stamped all our garden down. Just when they're starting to grow. It's all ruined. I hit him. I completely lost my block and beat him on the chest.
Good grief, what happened?
Nothing. He got such a shock, he went for his life in one direction. I went for mine in here. Oh, but all our work, Iole. All for nothing.
We can start again,
We
Jeff.
could have started making our soup in a couple of days.
Never mind, there's plenty of time. That's one thing we're not short of. I think we've got enough tea left to make a cuppa. Now, you lie down and I'll feed.
So we started again. But as we dug the soil with our broken-handled knife, it was sad to see the crushed little plants that we'd taken such care of, broken and dying.
Listen again for a further episode of this true story of Australian women at war. White Coolies is based on the diary written secretly in a Japanese prison camp by Sister Betty Jeffery, especially adapted for radio by Gwen Friend, and produced by Fifi Banbard for Australasian Radio Productions.